Yo, it's Will. It's Will back at it again with another video. This is going to be more like a vlog and what I've been up to recently and where I have been. It might not come as a surprise to you, but I have been working still and I don't have much free time to do stuff. But I am working on projects. I'd rather be working on projects and that stuff than recording videos about it and like documenting the process. Even though I do enjoy it. Like, I do enjoy those things. I plan on making a video soon about this thing over here that you saw in a previous video. It is quite heavy. But that thing has come in handy so many times. To give you an update on that thing, basically, I've had to take it to work several times over the past month or so, and it's just come in so handy. Like whenever I need to work on a server, this is the ideal tool to do it. And nothing even compares like to what I built here, because otherwise you'd need to like. Sorry. Because otherwise you would need to take a whole ass monitor and your whole ass and a mouse and a keyboard into a computer, like into a server room, and like work with it that way. And that's 3 different things. Well, that's 4 different things if you're including yourself to the server room. And it's so clunky because each one of those things in themselves are like heavy and not easily transportable. Maybe not a mouse, but if it's a wired mouse and a wired keyboard, yes. If you could have all 3 of those things in one unit that's compartmentalized, then it's so much easier to take it to site. And there was a site that I was working at that had like several different servers, and these were all headless unit. Well, they didn't have screens on them or anything. So they were servers, obviously. And so I needed to go to each one of them and take it. It would have been, long story short, it would have been a terrible process to have to lug around all 3 of those things at the same time. So I'm happy about what I came up with. In addition to that, I guess you can see maybe on my bed or like around, I got like this thing right here. This is vinyl tubing for another project that I'm working on. I don't know if I finished the mod top yet. It's mostly finished. I like how it is currently, but obviously like it isn't the most polished thing in the world. So maybe I could do something with regard to that in the future, like make it look like an actual product rather than just a jimmy-rigged set of components that were haphazardly thrown into a metal box. That would be cool. But for now, it does its job quite well, and any improvement that I'd make would mostly be cosmetic, except for maybe if I want to introduce like a laptop component into it, rather than just having a Raspberry Pi. I could use like a motherboard from like a laptop or an Intel NUC, NUC, I don't know what that is, but that would be cool. That would be super rad and awesome if you can like have a whole entire laptop in this metal box, but also have all of the components be modular enough to take them off and use them for separate things. That's like the whole philosophy behind this mod top, and I'm surprised that nothing on the market exists for this already. Like the number of times that I've had to use this already at work, where this is the ideal solution, is mind-boggling to me. So it's nice to know that I'm able to come up with some things sometimes that are able to solve problems that exist. Yeah, that's a good feeling to have. And I was talking with somebody recently about, not feeling like you're not good enough, because I don't want to get too personal, right? This is a YouTube channel, but I think everybody feels that way sometimes, like you're not good enough. And how do you know if you're good enough? Well, a part of the reason why I'm sane most of the time and am not filled with negative feelings is that I have come up with projects, and like I have maintained relationships that would indicate that I'm not completely useless, like the mod top, for example, or just other things in my life. So it's nice to be able to like point at something and say, I did that, and that was my doing, and it's improving other people's lives as a direct result of what I have accomplished. That's cool. But getting back to my projects, I think I should definitely make more videos about my projects, because like I've been lacking. I've been lacking real bad recently with my video making and stuff. So before I finish this next project, I think I want to go back and make videos on stuff that I have done in the past recently, like the mod top thing, and also like the server that I made. I have a server. The server is running in my basement. I was going to show you the server, but I don't need to do that. And what I host on it is like my media, like my movies, my TV shows, all of the stuff that I record with my camera. That's where it all goes. And I made it using, what was it, an HP Elite Compact. Oh, there's 8700 in there somewhere. Anyway, it's not a very high-spec computer, but I was able to use it, and I came up with a fairly creative way of adding more storage to the setup. So I have an external power supply sitting on top of it, as well as 2 hard drives. You'll see it in the future, I'm sure. But the main thing that I want to get out of this YouTube channel is like helping people with their own lives and help them solve problems that I have maybe already solved or like have some insight into because of existing. I think it's going to become a really important thing in the future for people to have their own server space. I know we're going towards cloud and stuff, but people are starting to realize, like a pretty significant subset of the population is realizing that this is not an architectural change that we should be happy about its implementation, right? We want to own more stuff. We don't want to own less and be happy about it. I know a lot of people are. A lot of people are getting into debt these days, and we're sort of, as a society, kind of moving away from financial literacy, which kind of scary. So I want this channel to be like a place where I share my ideas with the world and share my experiences that might help other people. That's basically the gist of what I want to do with this channel in the future. And also, like, I've been posting more music stuff for my past several videos, and I don't think I'll ever stop doing that. Maybe I'll make a separate channel for my music content, because a lot of people, if you're watching this, it's probably the case that you subscribe because of my more techie related videos, and I want to make this channel more tech focused or Linux focused. So that's sort of where my head is at right now. I want to continue making videos as much as possible, and I think I'll go crazy if I don't do that, right? Work is so busy and takes up so much of my time that I don't have much time for myself to make these videos as much as I want to. And I know I'm just like complaining first world problems, because that's a lot of people in my position right now, or like at my stage of life, are struggling to find jobs. And like it's a tough world out there. I'm in Canada, and jobs are not easy to come by. Like I've been talking to a lot of people my age, and a lot of them are struggling to find positions that they would actually find fulfillment in. Like even entry level positions, I've noticed that those places aren't really hiring as much as they used to anymore either. So what do you do? I think part of the reason I was able to find a job in the first place is because I have put so much effort and time into developing myself and my skills as a person. I didn't really pay much attention to anything else when I was in school. Like, school is important, don't get me wrong, like it is a very important thing, but outside of school, I didn't go to parties. I didn't like socialize as much as the average person. I sort of just pursued my interests because I was passionate about things. A lot of people, from my experience, don't seem to have that passion or that drive to really pursue interests in the same way that I do. And I'm very, very fortunate to be passionate about things like music and technology and stuff. Like, a lot of my skill set that I developed for this job that I'm in right now, I didn't develop for the sake of getting a job in the future. I just happened to develop skills in Linux and stuff because I enjoy Linux, right? That's something I have a passion for. So if there's any advice that I could give to somebody, it's to the person who enjoys walking is going to walk further than the person who wants to get to the destination. That's sort of what I'm saying. Enjoy what you do, and if you do enjoy it, you'll continue to do it, and you'll develop a skill set that is harder to find in the general population. Because not everybody has your set of interests, you know? If you have a very specific combination of things that you're interested in, you can combine those different ideas into things that nobody has ever thought of or seen before. You know, your particular set of interests is so niche that if you're passionate about it and you pursue those things in your free time, then that sort of skill set is going to be useful to somebody, right? Hopefully. I'm just, like I said, I'm very fortunate to be passionate about things in the way that I am. And not everybody has that. And I don't know how that comes about, or like if that's something you have to foster and develop on your own, or if you're just like, that's the way you are. I really hope not, because that's a sad thought to have. But yeah, the days are getting hotter, and oh man, I don't like the heat. I like winter, I like fall, but as soon as it starts getting hot out, it's harder to sleep, man. I should probably go into the basement and sleep there where it's cooler. But I become a lot more cranky. I don't know if you experience this, but man, when it's hot out, when I'm sweating and I can't escape the heat, man, I get so cranky. Not really, not super cranky, but I become more frustrated when I can't solve a problem. And the heat makes my cognitive functioning less effective, and therefore I can't solve problems in the same way that I do when I'm optimally functioning. And so it increases the likelihood that I'll run into an occurrence of said incompetence. So that's why I get more frustrated. Okay. That's all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching. If you're curious about my mic, this is like some Sony thing I got at a pawn shop, and this is a Rode Video Micro, I think, and it's got like the little fuzzy thing on it. I don't think that's necessary, but I like having it because it makes me look professional. So. But real ones know that it's just a windscreen and there's no wind in here right now. So I'm kind of a poser. Anyway, goodbye. Take care.